my Cowboys family, bringing you guys the latest update on the Dallas Cowboys. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. As always, make sure to hit the like button on the stream. One of the best ways you guys can help support the channel. Sub it up if you're new and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when we're live. We are here every single day, including, yes, today, 4th of July. Thank you so much to all the people who have served. Big thank you
Happy
for
birthday,
your service.
America,
Yes.
I guess. Declaration of Independence and all that good stuff. So
we're a young country, but definitely a loud country.
Not free all the way yet, but at that point. But
either way, guys, obviously a historic day, historic moment in America's history. So thank you for those of you who are not in the United States of America. Thank you for watching, I guess, and enjoy a Wednesday. So either way, Anthony Smith, DJ, Flames King Kid, thank you for joining us here, guys. And make sure to go sub it up to the whole crew. Space Cowboys 17, Dallas Cowboy Fan 1980, Dallas Cowboy Football News, and Fifth Quarter Cowboys DJ Crown J. We have James Sorrells in the house. What's up, y'all? Gonna walk to market behind my place. Be back in a second. Happy 4th, everyone.
Happy 4th, yes.
James, thank you for joining us. Enjoy your walk to the market. So as you can see, guys, we do have a different setup here because we actually have some fireworks going on. We tried to get a good view of them, but there's just no way because of the glare. You guys might be able to hear some of it. Either way, it's very loud. We set it up this way, again, just for today. Once again, thank you for all you guys here. Let us know what your plans were for the holiday today. If you have any plans later on tonight, what you're up to, what you're doing. We're going to go ahead and get rocking with some of the Cowboy football news. Before we really get rolling there, an extra special shout out to our Donation Weekly winner, John Jones. Guys, John Jones won the whole thing last week. Yes. Thank you so much, man.
Cowboys Abroad.
Yes,
guys. Who also lost his stream
boss spot to Ron Smith, who's currently rocking that #1 spot on the leaderboard this week. So big thank you to Ron Smith, rocking it out right now, and thank you to everybody who's helped support MCF. Guys, we're gonna go ahead and
I want to throw in there. We had Pedro Melendez.
That's right.
#2 spot right now, and then Broken Nerd. Thank you for your drop yesterday.
That's right. So thank you so much. And guys, we got Art87 Stang in the house, and that brings me to my next point. I'm rocking my Art Fashion right now. You have to go get yours. Go check out the website by Art Fashions, guys. The link is in the description down below. Nice, comfortable, affordable, beautiful clothing for your lady in your life. The lady in your life. Go check it out, guys. For sure. So Chris Dancer, thanks for joining us. Yes, happy 4th of July to you as well. Everybody. So like I said, guys, we're gonna go ahead and roll. Diego Maya says, "Hey from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Do you think we'll find a defensive tackle to fill in for David Irving?"
I think we kind of temporarily have one penciled in, and that would be Jihad Ward currently. That's the one who looks like the one that's going to take over that spot. We got a ways to go. We got to put the pads on and see what happens out there, with the Cowboys, and see if he's going to pan out, or will it be Detone Jones? Will it be somebody moving in the inside? Will it be, Cody Ely maybe getting moved inside? I doubt it. But look for Jihad Ward to be the guy that probably takes over for Irving for 4 games. And we got to see if Malik Collins is going to be healthy to go because he's going to miss most of training camp. So is he going to be ready to roll when it comes to the regular season week 1 without having any real pads and any hitting, nothing happening in camp. So what's going to happen? No, go ahead, hit the last couple questions.
No, that's it. That's it.
Oh, all right.
So Art said nice. So yes, guys, like I said, go get your own Art Fashions. Harold Cowboy Mart in the house. Happy 4th. Yes, happy 4th of July. James said Dago and Santa, February 45 minutes from me. So there you go.
Awesome. So, we'll go through some of the news now. We're about 6 minutes in here.
Santa Fe is 45 minutes away from James. So nice.
Wow.
Maybe you guys can hang out together, watch a game together. Who knows?
Man, that'd be cool. Cowboy Nation, baby. Yeah. So let's go with some of the stuff that you see written up on top in the title. This has been some results from Blogging the Boys. They did the results on offense. We went over that the other day, and then went defense here. And they said about the improvements or not improvements, decline, I guess, in some defensive positions. So looking at the poll and how many people voted, it's a lot of fireworks going off behind us, guys. They said that the Cowboys improve at the defensive end, and most of the people in the poll, basically what about 1,500 people said, over 1,500 people said, 92% said yes, we did improve at the defensive end positions. Think about it, guys. I mean, we have, aside from Tank, who's back, We also have, Taco, who's behind him in the rotation, Tapper, who's coming back from injury. You got maybe Randall Gregory coming back from his suspension. You also have other guys we grabbed out there like Coney Ely. You got out the guys that we have, I said Tapper coming back, but you also have Tyrone Crawford, still the penciled-in starter on the right side. So there's a lot of guys in this rotation, this group right now, and that's why I think it's great, because you're gonna have to cut somebody that's probably worth something on these defensive ends, and that means that it's really deep. So yeah, we have definitely improved. I agree with those results. Then they asked the same group, did the Cowboys improve at defensive tackle? Which you guys asked about who's going to take over for David Irving. Now, we had David Irving and Malik Collins last year for 8 games together for the most part. They asked if we improve this year. Well, maybe if we have them both for 12 games, that's the most we're going to get from both of them together. But most people said no. 47% of the people said no. 850 votes went no. So it's about 50-50. But more people the no is the bigger answer. I think that's the correct answer on this one, because we definitely didn't improve. We at best stayed the same, stayed average. So you got Malik Collins, you got David Irving. I mean, those two issues there are its own. Then you have Jihad Ward, who we got Switzer. We traded Switzer away for him. And that's obviously looking like it's going to hopefully pay off. You also have the Tone Jones in there too, thrown in the mix. You got Brian Price in the mix. You got a lot of guys. Ash. You got Neal. You have again, like I said, you're thinking about moving Crawford over, but he's lost weight to play that right defensive end. So when you look at the guys that we have left, it's really Tapper maybe. Tapper's outside, so you got to look at someone more like. I also didn't mention Dorrance Armstrong playing the right end, which is a rookie in the 4th round, who I think is going to make a big impact on this team, not just for now, but in the future as well. This year he'll probably be coming on slower, but he'll be in the rotation. I guarantee it, that 4th round pick. But when it comes to tackle, we're weak. So maybe moving over someone like a Coney Ely could be, beneficial to the Cowboys, beneficial to Coney Ely if he's out of that rotation on the right end, and maybe find them a spot there on the team as well if it's needed. We'll see if Jihad Ward can hold the fort down, and if Malik Collins can come back. Those are big question marks right now. They could be everything could be ready by week 1. I don't know. That is definitely, I believe, our least experienced, most weakest position on the team overall. I would say is that defensive tackle currently right now. Now, Cowboys at linebacker. Do we improve? 86% of the people. We lost Hitchens. We lost Wilbur. Mm-hmm. We got LVE, of course. We also have Jalen Smith in his 2nd year, who's improving. Most people said yes. About almost 2,000 people said yes. I was about 86% of the votes. And I agree with that one. For sure, we've improved. Not because of Hitchens, because Hitchens was a very good linebacker, if not great linebacker for our system especially. We'll see how he does in Kansas City, getting paid $9 million a year. Right. But Jalen Smith is definitely going to be improved if he stays, as long as he's healthy. Yeah. He's just going to be better.
Everything says he's 100% healthy, so right away that's better. An improvement.
Right, and he's ready. Just the experience, the knowledge. 2 years. This is 3rd year of knowledge.
Yeah, the depth of LVE in there now, obviously, helps a lot, especially with Sean Lee being Sean Lee.
Right, but Sean Lee is another linebacker who is, again, healthy to go, ready to go. Healthy is better than, it's like an improved, it's an improved defense there, linebacker. Now,
Harold also said we're 23 days away from first practice. Woo, guys.
Cannot wait.
Only 23 days away, less than a month.
It's training camp, baby. It's kicking off. Can't wait.
Getting there.
But let's keep looking at the linebackers, because it's not just at the starting position. Because basically, you took out an experienced 4-year solid starter like Anthony Hitchens, put an LVE. How do we improve? We lost Kyle Wilbur, right? Well, we have Justin March Lillard, who's going to give Damian Wilson a run for his money at that spot as a depth guy. But we also have Joe Thomas, who I believe is a big improvement. Also, he's kind of like the Deontay Thompson of our free agents on the defensive side. Nobody talks about him much, but he's going to make this team. And I think Deontay Thompson is another guy who nobody talks about much as a receiver, but he's going to make this team. So I believe he's going to make the team. It's still got to be worked out, obviously, the training camp. I predict he will make this team. I think he has the talent. Now, Joe Thomas is going to be a good backup, guys. 7.5 sacks with the Packers last year, 8 sacks the year before, playing part-time sub-package linebacker, number 48. Look for him. They're penciling him as a definite one of the 4 starters. Aside from LVE, Jalen Smith, and Sean Lee, Joe Thomas is a starter over Wilson, over Justin March Lillard. So when you look in there, you also got Wilson, you got Justin March Lillard. They're both going to fight for that spot. And you have Chris Covington, who's the rookie, who's going to probably be a practice squad guy. But you got a lot of guys in there, a lot of good talent at the linebacker position. Yeah, not experienced, but at least we have something in there that for every kind of situation. So let's see if we can coach them up. The coaches can coach them up to actually be there. Now they asked them as far as cornerback is concerned. Did we improve at cornerback? And 1,315 votes said yes. Out of those votes, that was 90% of the votes actually. I said about over 1,300, and that was 90% of the votes. Basically, guys, of course, we have Byron Jones moved up automatically, improves the cornerback. Veterans, his ability, his style of play, fitting in with Chris Richard's style of coaching. You have Awuzie coming off, last year, who had very good second half of the year when he was healthy. Jordan Lewis is also in the mix there. To me, he's going to be the third guy. You also have Anthony Brown, who's looking good right now as a blitzing kind of Skandrick type guy in Chris Richard's defensive scheme. That's 4 good cornerbacks. That it looks like it's going to work out for them. It's definitely got to produce at the end. Let me see if this is working, if it's just locked up. Check the stream on your side.
It looks good here.
Did you see me bending over there? Does it lock up?
I don't know.
I hope you guys can see us okay.
Let me see.
Give us 1 second to make sure it says. Are you live? I'm just checking.
This is live. It's just.
Yeah, locked. So guys, don't fret, guys. We're gonna be right back here. Just give me a second.
Yeah, you can still hear it.
Yeah, we're gonna come right back. Don't worry. You might disconnect for a second. Anyways, there we're back, baby. Yeah. Sorry, guys, about that little mix-up there. Don't know why that happens. It locked up. Our video locked up, but we're back in full effect. Hopefully,
we are back.
Hopefully,
guys.
it's back.
Thank you for joining us here, everybody. Mr. Wright, what's up, everyone? Who barbecued today? So we did not barbecue. So
we actually did a lot of chores today, actually, making up for the week and all that. I can't see. It's not accurate right now. How many people in the stream?
It's all right. We'll be back.
I hope that the chat is working and that we do have the.
Let me see. It says 18.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's not.
Well,
it's off here.
Again, so we're good.
What's up, guys? Yeah. Don't worry. We got it, man. We got it. We've already been through this here. It happens once in a while. What's up, man? Ron Smith in the house, leaderboard,
the one and only
stream boss.
Thank you, man.
Much love to Ron Smith right now.
Yeah. So now Justin Crow said Joe Thomas was a starting linebacker for Green Bay when we faced him in the playoffs.
Yes, and he has 7.5 sacks last year, 8 sacks the year before. Even though he did start, he's not really in our linebacking system, he's not a starting core. He's not a starting player. But again, the fact that he is going to be playing in some packages, some Deacon defensive packages, I like this pickup. I really like it. I like the depth he provides for us, along with the winner of the Damian Wilson, Justin March Lillard battle, and see if Chris Covington can make the team at least at the practice squad point. So we'll see.
Now, guys, we do have a very special guest who wants to come and say hello to all of you guys out there.
And a happy 4th of July.
You might want to go on the other side. More space that way. There you go.
Hey, there he is.
Hi, guys.
Ooh,
he's representing the MCF.
G? Rocking your MCF shirt. There you go, Little G. That's right, showing it off.
Happy 4th of July.
Woo!
Ooh. So, enjoying your summer vacation?
Yes.
Yes.
And also there's fireworks.
Yeah,
I know, guys. Yeah, unfortunately, you guys can't see them too well. We can see them through the window right here, right? So pretty good.
Yeah, but it's crazy out there.
Yeah, you can hear it.
That's for sure.
Right outside the street, guys. It's crazy. They're doing it right here, shooting them off right out the window. Wish we could show you guys, but
now, Lil G, are you looking forward to this upcoming football season with the Cowboys?
Yes.
Yes. Are you looking forward to being a Cowboy again, taking that flag football field?
Yes.
There you go, guys. Well,
flag football Cowboys too.
There we go. So Little G will be back later, guys. We're going to get rolling with the news again, so go ahead and say bye.
Bye, guys.
And
Go Cowboys!
He did it. Yeah. How about them Cowboys?
Guys.
That's
Thank you,
right.
Little G.
And I'm drinking some
All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and rock with the news. Let me catch up with a few comments. Before we do that, though, make sure to hit the like button, sub it up if you're new, and, of course, hit that notification bell so you don't miss when we're live. We're here every single day bringing you guys the update on the Dallas Cowboys. And, of course, follow us on Twitter as well at My Cowboys Family.
Yes.
So here we go.
He just turned it off. Yeah. So yeah, guys. No, it's okay, guys. Let's see here. Now, as we rock back into the news here, I'm just trying to get the numbers right here, guys. We're talking about the different votes and stuff here when it comes to cornerback. Like I said, 90%. I was going through all the cornerbacks. You also have other guys here that are going to be kind of fighting for that last couple spots at cornerback. Duke Thomas, Marquez White, Shavarius Ward. These guys are going to be guys that are going to fight. Cameron Kelly as well, playing more safety. But those guys are going to be fighting it out at the top spot. At the cornerback spot, and see which one fits the best out of Chris Richard's defense. Look also to see a guy or two of those falling onto the practice squad. Now, looking at the safety position, the last of the defensive group here, did the Cowboys improve at safety? Most of the people said no. 52% of the people, I guess it's half and half, out of 615 votes said no, they did not improve at safety. Gotta say, we probably stayed the same in the sense of, or at least maybe even went down because Byron Jones is a veteran. Mm-hmm. Now we have Xavier Woods. Now he's probably a better pure free safety.
Yes.
So we're hoping that Xavier Woods is better, but he hasn't shown it yet. So we have to see him on the field and doing it. So I think that's why we have to wait and see. We know Jeff Heath. We know what he can do. We know what Kevon Frazier can do currently. Both these guys are okay. Nothing spectacular. So,
but they have to go out there and prove it.
They got to prove more than they've been proving, in my opinion. So definitely, I agree, it would not improve at the safety position yet. We have to wait and see what happens. You never know what happens with Earl Thomas. Obviously, if we bring in Earl Thomas, it changes the game there.
Realistically speaking, I don't think we're really improving much. I think that safety is still a position of need for us. Obviously, not as much as some other ones on defense.
You got Marquesi and Huff. He's going to be the fourth guy currently right now at the free safety, strong safety position. Also, Cam Kelly. He's going to be playing back there. I know Kyle Kiro, he plays linebacker, but look for him to. I mean, I don't know. I some reason I like him as a safety somehow. As a safety,
Kyle Kiro?
Yeah, as a safety in a certain type of sub package defense. And so it just depends. I don't know if you want to call him a safety or not, or call him a linebacker or not. But I think he could be a cover linebacker. How's that? Yeah. A specialty kind of guy. Well, I don't know if we have room for that.
What's up? Thanks for joining us here. So either way, as somebody to help. Yeah. In a coverage situation, whether you want to call him a linebacker or safety, but either way, a guy who can do that
more
job.
More versatile kind of safety, hard-hitting linebacker type guy, but in the passing game. Kyle Kiro, I think, can do that, but not maybe play safety. He's too slow to play safety, so he'd have to play linebacker, but almost as like the third safety role in some situations. Let's see if it works out, because I think preseason is going to dictate a lot of these things.
Yeah, T. Wilson A192, what's up? Thanks for joining us here.
What's up? What's up? Now, I just want to say I have a picture of Jalen Smith and Rod Smith. I'd love to Ron Smith, who's up here. He's the he's a stream boss right now, rocking it right now with Michael Irving number points guy there, number 88. He's got it. He's holding it firm right now. But Jalen Smith and Rod Smith, they're having, again, I want to talk about some good things these guys are doing. We're going to talk about some other things, but this is a camp coming up. Both of them are going to be at there, guys. So youth camps, ages 7 to 13 on Friday, July 6th. So if you guys are out there, check it out. Now let's see. Cowboys are going to wear their navy top and white bottom jerseys more often in 2018. If you look at that, we can wear alternates, I think, up to 3 times. Yeah. So that could be the alternate we're going to be using, guys. So last time we used the throwback-looking ones. Yeah. Next time, one of the next games, we're going to use their navy tops they use against the Giants and their white color rush bottoms, which is kind of the first time they ever used them was against New York Giants in New York last year.
So you think they're going to do that again?
Dez's last touchdown. What?
Let me see. Yeah, you think
with
they're going to do that again?
Again.
See, they look nice, but I really like the Zeke jersey that you have, the throwback one with like the white sleeves on it. I think that with the white pants, that one would look really good too, especially with the dark blue stripes. So. Well, at the same time, I don't care what they wear as long as they make it happen. So.
Just win me Super Bowl number 6, I'll be happy. You can wear all pink every week. I don't care. Win games, Cowboys. Listen, obviously they better wear blue and silver.
Mr. Rice, sorry about that. Yeah, no, I feel like every time I hear fireworks go off, I just think of my dog, Riley.
Freaking out.
He passed away, but like every single night this year, I mean, there was only so much we could do. He would just freak out so bad. It just too much.
It's like war. It's like war out there. It sounds like it sometimes, and they're blowing them off right here. Like there's
right
a guy
outside,
with a cannon.
They're not supposed to, but
it's crazy. So anyway, so we're wearing their white jerseys and those the navy jerseys and the white, not the silver, but the white pants with the blue with the navy and silver stripe down the side of the leg. I think it looks really sharp. I like it. I want to see more of that usage. I'd like to see the navy shirts come out a little more often, honestly speaking.
I agree.
It says here, it sounds trivial, but it is a big deal to some. Dallas doesn't tend to mix things up ever when it comes to their jersey, as as their classic white tops are the most worn uniform in the NFL. Got to remember that we wear them at home and away pretty much every single week. So
when the classic.
Yeah, when the Cowboys traveled to the New York Giants last season and the Giants were wearing their color rush jerseys, which just happened to be white, the Cowboys had to have something. They had to wear dark jerseys. So Des Bryant is the one that came up with this, guys. He had a suggestion for an alternate idea: navy tops and the color rush white bottom. So I thought that was an awesome look. Des hit it on the out of the ballpark on that.
Fashionista.
Yeah, and he said basically people liked the look. It made for a nice bit of pop. It didn't deviate too much from the Cowboys' usual uniform policies and the things that we like to see out of the Cowboys. The style. Let's just say it's more simple. It's not too flashy when it comes to their actual uniforms, I believe. So we'll see what happens when it comes to uniform policy. We know that they can wear the alternates 3 times this season. So look for that to be the alternate, probably to be the alternate 3 times this year, guys. I personally like that look. Now, other uniform news: the NFL is relaxing its policies. Like I said, guys, going to be able to wear your alternates or throwbacks or color rush jerseys on 3 occasions. So you can wear all 3 of them. Different if you want all 3. You can wear one of each. You can mix it up. You can do it 3 times if you want. You don't have to do it at all. I don't think so. It used to be that teams could only wear it twice. This time it gives the options to wear 3 times
right?
this year. Yeah, so 3 times this year, guys. Dallas wore their color rush once per season since 2015. They typically wear navy 1 or 2 times per season as well, and have done so on Thanksgiving every year since 2013, where they could no longer wear their throwbacks due to restrictions on switching helmets. Interesting. So Dallas wears their navy uniforms earlier in the season when they're on the road. Teams want to wear white in September because of the sun. They make us wear our dark uniforms. Redskins, they wear their light uniforms. They make us wear our dark if we play them early like we do this year. Eagles, same thing. Giants, same thing. They wear their light uniforms at home, make us wear our dark uniforms in the hot sun. We'll see what happens as the season goes on. They just don't care as much anymore.
Yeah.
But the Redskins with the Cowboys in their road blues, to me, that looks to me that just looks the way it should be when you go up in the Redskins. And we actually host them on Thanksgiving, so the Cowboys are going to break out those jerseys for that probably. Yeah. We just did it against a throwback, so we'll save the other Redskin game for maybe the that color rush system that we're going to be using on real life, on Thanksgiving. We also host New Orleans 7 days after on Thanksgiving. That's usually a time when the color rushes are used. Maybe you'll see us in all white that week, and the Saints in all black. We'll see what happens. It might be a little bit more creative this year too, so keep that in mind. Now, we're talking about the NFL. They have PED policy, offers suspension reduction of up to 50% of your suspension for players who basically snitch on other PED violators. So basically saying, hey, if you tell us, who else is out there doing this, and you get, and it comes to fruition, then you won't get your 6 games or the 2 games or your 4 games. You're going to get half of that, possibly. The NFL is willing to work a deal out. Again, to me, sinking into lower depths of BS from the NFL, in my opinion, my humble opinion.
Yeah. So, Andrew DeCall said, I like the road blues, but I don't like it when we wear our road blues on Turkey Day. That I'm not a fan of. So
I don't know. I like it. I don't know why. It just changes it up, but at least makes it special, I guess you can say. And it is a special game. The last couple of years, it hasn't been. Last year it wasn't that great.
Yes. Now we do have Pedro Melendez in the house. Thank you, Pedro. Yes, MCF is the best, up-to-date info and commercial-free. So yes, thank you so much. Thanks for being here.
Just our own commercials, I guess. We tell you to sub up.
True.
Other than that, though, guys, we just promote our channel.
Barry B said, "Too bad today is not a good day to get drunk. It's a Wednesday."
Yeah. It does kind of suck on that side of things.
Excuse me. So, I know, like I said, that's the one unfortunate. Yes, I know. Unfortunately, yes, my company has very few vacation days since it is in the food distribution industry.
No real stop, right?
No, yeah, food doesn't stop, right? We all got to eat, especially 4th of July. So, Justin said, what? Are you serious? So...
About what?
I'm not sure what you mean about that one, Justin. Julian Smith, what's up? He said, don't forget Dallas plays at Washington on CBS. It seems like old times without Pat Summerhall and John Madden in the booth calling the game. And then Anthony Smith said, so did Winston snitch someone out? Ooh.
No. What happened was that...
No, because that's only for like drugs, right? Like other things.
They're talking about PED, so this was not PED. This was a sexual assault.
That has nothing to do with the sexual call.
He had to admit guilt, and agree not to take this to court and fight it. As long as he did that, the NFL said, also the NFL said you mess up one more time, you're possibly facing a lifetime ban. So, they're definitely putting him to the test. At the same time, they're supposed to be hard on these kind of crimes, right? And then they throw the book at Zeke for nothing. He had no evidence against him. All the evidence was backing him. They looked the other way and suspend him 6 games. Because Zeke was trying to clear his good name. We talked about this yesterday on the stream, how pissed I was. I was talking about Brian Brodus, and I was just saying, how can you say to drop it in the sense of forgetting about it, and Zeke should have taken a suspension is what he said. Hell no, when you're innocent, you do not take a suspension. That's why Jameis Winston was quick to do that. He agreed, try to let it blow over. Say alcohol was the problem, bull crap. You can't put it on alcohol. You cannot blame it on alcohol. And and say, I'll cut it out of my life, so I'm a changed person. Bull. I just don't like that whole scheme. The way the NFL is kind of backing that up as not being hard on these specific things. They're good negotiating. Now, whether or not Zeke or not could have done that, you don't do that if you're innocent. You fight for your name, and that's what Brian Brodus, I guess he said in the court of law, you fight for your name. No, this is public opinion. This is big. There's still people out there that believe that Zeke is truly guilty of these things. Yes. And even though he lost some of those people, true Cowboy fans that know the deal, they've seen the evidence. We're not hiding evidence. We all want to see if he did something wrong. I mean, I'm definitely down with the suspension. But he didn't do anything wrong, and that's BS.
And let me clear something up as well, guys. Jameis Winston, again, did not get a shorter sentence because he snitched anyone out, but the NFL is encouraging players to, become snitches and, tell on each other. But it'll be easy to pick out the people who tell because you'll see them get shorter sentences.
Get one game instead of 2.
Yeah, they'll get 1 game instead of 2. And the other guys will get 2 games. That's it. So it seems, the NFL, I don't know. I feel like they didn't really think that one through. Pedro said NFL, no friends left. Ron Smith, no word on Randy Gregory. Not yet.
But again, guys, remember the date that he submitted it was the 22nd of June. So, I'm sorry, 22nd of May. So that would put it at 60 days, basically around July 22nd-ish, I guess, or even a little earlier than that, July 20th, 21st, is the deadline for the NFL to make the decision. We start camp the 24th, 25th, 26th, one of those 3 days. We start camp. Got to fly out there. I think it's the 24th. They get in a plane and go out there, and then they start the blue and white's like the 28th. The point is that it was planned this way on purpose, so that if it kind of Gregory knows his situation to start this year with the Cowboys. The Cowboys know the situation to start the year. We're hopeful still, but I'm telling you, Goodell and the NFL. They're taking the damn time.
Yeah, and guys, I do think that we will beat the Redskins in that Thanksgiving game. Yeah. So, Diego, enjoy it. Enjoy your time out there. Hopefully, for your sake, they score a touchdown right on your side where you can see it. Man, it's always fun. But overall, yes, I do think we'll beat the Redskins twice again this year. I think that's a streak that will continue. I think that we will beat them Thanksgiving. I don't think, it's not going to be easy. It's never easy. I do think it'll be a close game. It'll be a great match to see, but in the end, we will beat them.
I agree. I can't deny that.
There you go. Simple.
So a little funny story here, guys. Mike White made a comment about his Madden NFL speed rating. He got a 70 rating in speed. I guess it really is kind of hyping him a little bit on the higher side of speed. He's not a fast guy. He was quoted on a little reel that the NFL kind of did for Madden. If you guys saw it, I don't know if you did or not, you can check it out on, I'm sure, Madden's website or YouTube or anything like that on here on YouTube, anywhere. Search for it. But in it, Mike White just popped in with a quote that said, "A 70 speed, let's go." That's all he said. So it's just kind of funny, guys, because again, he's not that fast. He's the slowest of all quarterbacks running the combine this year. Yes. His 40-yard dash was 5.07 seconds, put him in the 8th percentile of all drafted quarterbacks for that measurable. So meaning he's pretty damn slow. Somehow they put him at a 70. Pretty fast for his actual realistic numbers. Now, the thing I really wanted to talk about today, guys, I'm glad we got over 25, 26 people, 20, whatever. Hit that like button, subscribe, notification bell, guys, and follow us on Twitter. But this is what I wanted to talk about. It's about Dak Prescott being in his 3rd year with Scott Linehan. And this is kind of I saw this report. I think John Machada or something like that wrote this. A very good article. I kind of summarized it some and gave my thoughts here. But will Dak have the same success as Dante Culpepper or Matthew Stafford did in year 3 with Scott Linehan? And that's going to be a big deal. Now let's look at some of the specifics here. The biggest difference between the 3 quarterbacks right now is that Dak Prescott will not be working with a perennial Pro Bowl wide receiver in his 3rd year. Dante Culpepper, who I played basketball against him, guys, it was awesome. Dante Culpepper had Randy Moss with the Vikings in Linehan's 3rd year there with Culpepper. And in Stafford's 3rd year in Detroit, he had Calvin Johnson in his 3rd year. He doesn't have, Des Bryant. Not that that's an excuse, but I'm just saying that's just a factor between them, all 3. On the other hand, again, the Vikings and Lions didn't have Ezekiel Elliott. And that's the key. To me, the key is we don't have a number 1 rated top receiver. We have the best running back in the league, and that's who our receiver is. Basically, that's how Dak will be helped, in my opinion. The way that Randy Moss helped Dante Culpepper, the way that they got who was the other Stafford, Calvin Johnson, Megatron helped Stafford. So Dak is not a top 15 pick like Dante Culpepper. Guy, he was a number 11 overall, 99 out of UCF. Let's go Knights, baby. Yes, UCF Central Florida Knights. Stafford was a number 1 overall in 2009. All right. His rookie season, however, was far more impressive than both these guys. Dante Culpepper did not attempt a pass in his first season. Wait, let me see. Yeah, Stafford threw 13 touchdowns to 20 interceptions and missed 6 of those games. Remember, Dante didn't come in right away, guys. Dante Culpepper. So Prescott wins that part of it without any issue. He doesn't also have the same type of arm as Culpepper and Stafford, so he's unlikely to throw for 4,500 to 5,000 yards and have 40 touchdowns like those other guys did with the guys that they had. So the passing game works with Stafford and throwing it deep and high voltage with Calvin Johnson. It works with Dante Culpepper throwing it with. He had Chris Carter. But he also had, of course, Randy Moss, which is like super, Mr. Incredible out there. So, when Dak doesn't have that, and even with Dez, he doesn't really had that kind of level of top elite receiver, I guess you'd say. Dak Prescott, he's best when he's making the correct read, finding the open guy, avoiding turnovers, being smart as a quarterback. That was the blueprint when he won in Rookie of the Year in 2016, and we were 13-3. Guys, you know the deal with that. He had 3,667 yards and 23 touchdowns in the air. Yeah. I think he had another 5 or 6 on the ground. No. He had only 4 interceptions that year. And again, that stuff was perfect. In over 2 years, he's made a lot of strides, Linehan said. I think in your 3rd year, you kind of just start to get it. These are the highs, these are the lows of the position. I've got to maintain this level of consistency in my play so I can play at the best of my ability. That's what kind of Linehan's wrapping up the way that a quarterback kind of develops into it in his 3rd year. He also said some guys have better second years than first years. Whatever it is, it's unique to each guy. But by the time you get to the 3rd year, you have pretty good control of what you're doing, how things work, and then how you maintain that level of not too high, not too low. I think that's what Culpepper and Stafford did well in their 3rd year, implying also that Dak is going to be ready to roll in his 3rd year in that same way. I look forward to that. I think Dak is going to be more than ready to handle this in his 3rd year. Now he's going to get the same numbers as Stafford. Not that he's going to get the same numbers as Culpepper. But I think he's going to help the team. He's going to be ready to roll as a quarterback, needing to be done to his strengths. I think he's going to be ready to roll for this 3rd year, guys. I really do.
No, I agree. D. Will, what's up? Jay Bakes, Ron Smith, T. Wilson, 8192. We have Clawson Boy in the house. Cowboys abroad. What is up? Andrew DeCall. And Andrew DeCall made an interesting comment. He said, honestly, guys, I know we're all trying to buy into his Dak-friendly offense, but I have a feeling come draft time we'll be drafting a receiver high in the draft.
It will have to, obviously that's next year, but if that, if it does
he thinks that even
way,
though they would do, even though they do all right or they do well, that the Cowboys will still be looking for like an elite number 1 top receiver.
I think if we get into I think
it would be a mistake to do that if our receivers are doing that well, exactly, and it's working. I think it'd be a mistake to do that. But at the same time, we'd have to see exactly what the reason is for the Cowboys doing that so high up. Right. You know what I mean? We'd have to see something in this offense. Incognito, what's up?
What's up?
Thanks for joining us. This offense won't allow for Dak to have mega yard passing years.
Well, and that's the thing, guys. I wanted to make sure somebody said, well, does Dak have Randy Moss? Does Dak have Megatron to help his stats? No, he has Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see it in the stats. You're going to see it with this other player at a different position. It doesn't really include his statistics to be the main driver to have to connect with the superstar receiver. So that's the way Dak is. That's the way it's going to. I'm hopeful that that's going to work for the way the Cowboys had kind of planned for this. And that's what kind of Stephen Jones has bought into, to what Jason Garrett has bought into, and this is Scott Linehan's plan. So in the end, it's really Scott Linehan's neck on the line. Sanjay Lal's going to be that receiver coach who's the route guru. We got an offensive line coach, Paul Alexander, who is a steady, stable guy. He's been 23 years at Cincinnati, making a lot with not much there. So he's got a lot now to start off with. Let's hopefully he can do a lot more with this. So when you put it together, the couple of changes on the offensive side, that are the main things. The Chris Richard on defense change. I think we've gone up when it comes to the coaching depth. But when it comes to the top guys, we have to hope that they have a different plan. They hope that Jason Garrett says let's defer the coin toss. Let's hope something as simple as that can change the way you game plan the second half. That can make it easier for people like Garrett and his coaching staff to adjust in the second half when you get the ball first in the second half. Or Linehan learning to use that 2016 style, spread out the ball with Dak, but balancing it with Zeke in the run. That's the key to this team. Behind that offensive line, who's the youngest and probably the best, top 3 at least in the NFL right now, and the youngest, with the biggest, brightest future. So when you put all that together, you run first with Zeke, you open up things when you run, and even if they put a lot in the box, you still run. Or if you spread it out with receivers, that's fine, but you run with Zeke, your focal point. That's going to open it up for Dak, whether Dak runs it, Dak run pass options and runs it, or gives it to Dak, or gives it to Zeke, or throws it on his own. Either way, it's going to help everybody out with Zeke just being there, whether it's play action or run pass options with the pass. Then you pass for short yardage stuff. Little gains, that's all you need. And hopefully you get tight ends working in there, maybe Rico, maybe Blake Jarwin, Swain, we'll see. And then the receivers, there's so many guys to choose from. So hopefully that works. And if that works, we keep the possession, we keep the time of possession, we keep the control of the game, we help our defense as well. Not just Dak, but our defense.
And we put the other team in a position where they're playing catch up with us.
They're one-sided.
And that's where, like, for example, Jason Garrett and his decision to always try to get the ball first and, like, score and impose his will. The reason it backfired so much is because it left us in a position of always trying to play catch-up, because the other team would end up getting the ball after we, failed to complete the drive or, barely struggled to squeak out a field goal. And then they'd turn around and get a field goal or get a touchdown or just hold on to the ball for a really long time, and that hurt us, that set us back. So, I liked what we did in 2016 where we, managed to turn a lot of games around that, were sticky situations because of our ball control, because we had the time to do some things. So, anyway.
Much love the Cowboys abroad in the house.
Yes,
man.
I want to catch up with a few comments here real quick before we move on.
Well, let me just say one last thing about that. I just want one last little set of statistics there. I definitely want to catch up in the chat. Next season with Scott Linehan will be, of course, Dak's third. Listen to these other numbers from the other quarterbacks we just spoke about. Matthew Stafford in his third season with Linehan with the Detroit Lions, he had 5,000. This were his numbers now, and this is just, again, in a passing style offense that's more, with a number one type receiver like Calvin Johnson. Matthew Stafford in his third season with Linehan had 5,038 yards, 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 63.5 completion percentage, and a 97.2 passer rating. Dante Culpepper with the Vikings in his third season with Scott Linehan, had 4,717 yards that year, 39 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 69.2 completion percentage, and 110.9 passer rating. Of course, he also had Randy Moss. Dak Prescott doesn't have any superstar receiver, so his numbers are not going to look like that. Yeah. But Zeke, he's got a superstar running back, and Zeke's going to be able to balance it out for Dak to have a productive season this year. 3,500 to 3,800. That's a huge season for Dak this year. And you put those touchdowns at 20 to 22 to 25, and you add another 6 or 7 on the ground, and you get 4 to 7 interceptions, 4 to 6 interceptions. That's fantastic. That's a 13-3 season, guys. A 14-2 season.
No, I agree.
So questions there from the fans.
Let me catch up with a few comments
guys.
first.
Don't forget, hit that like, subscribe if you're new, notification bell, follow us on Twitter. Happy 4th of July. I got to show everybody first. I almost forgot, guys.
Go ahead.
4th of July. Happy 4th of July, guys. Boom. Woo. Cowboy style, baby. Hope you're enjoying it safely. Fireworks. America's team, yes. 4th of July, with your family.
Friends, family, loved ones, enjoying,
hot dogs,
summertime
barbecue,
and all the good stuff. Incognito said, I really like the potential of these two rookies, Gallup and Wilson. Gallup will be getting significant reps this year.
Yes, I agree.
Justin said, I like them both too. Diego said we need a tight end over a wide receiver. Caballero wants to know if there's any love out there for Lance Lenore, which Cowboys Abroad said yes.
There is.
Cowboys Abroad said he's not worried because Garrett's our guy. Jay Bake said Tebow needs to stay on the bench. Justin Kroll says that he thinks that Lenore is going to make the team because Dak has worked with Lenore more than any other wide receiver this offseason.
Again, Dak likes him, so we'll have to see how that plays out.
Very funny.
That's simple. It's had to see how it plays out. He's got to be able to produce that. Last year preseason, he was very disappointing.
Yeah, and Incognito said Gallup had the highest wide receiver ranking in the draft, but he was overlooked because he didn't play for a football powerhouse college.
It's true.
So, and Cowboys Abroad said, I felt Lance Lenore is an NFL receiver and gets picked up by another team. So, and guys, I think you mentioned this in last night's stream.
He wasn't picked up last year.
No, not so much that he wasn't picked up, so much as we're gonna lose someone somewhere. Whether it's receiver or somewhere on defense. In one of these positions where we have a surplus of very good talent, we're gonna lose one of these guys to another team. So anyway, guys, make sure to hit the like button, sub it up, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff.
Much love.
Let me keep rolling before we keep going. Let me see. Mr. Rice said, I love my Cowboys, but I have marked it down. The Rams are winning the Super Bowl this year. Hopefully we face them in the NFC Championship. So, hopefully it's us. Yeah. Hopefully we are the ones winning. So, Rams have the dream team. Remember Philly's dream team, and they just pissed themselves. Jay Bakes said that. Jay Bakes, you're right. They could jinx themselves, but they obviously do have, a lot of dangerous guys, an effective formula, some good coaches. So, let's see. Justin Crow said, yep, I like the guy. Check out his story. He was adopted and raised in the country. He's truly just a country boy, Gallup. And then Cowboys Abroad said, Jay Bakes, I think Awuzie for now, Jones being the safety. Awuzie isn't transitioning. He has a head start. Don't be surprised if Jones takes the number. Pedro said, as long as we upgrade our defense, we'll go farther in the playoffs because defense wins championships.
I got to say that our backup to Xavier Woods.
Gallup loving the chat. So
Gallup is going to look good, guys.
Your guy.
But watch for, again, if you were looking at the backup to Xavier Woods, something happens to him or something falters, look towards Byron Jones as being the starter. Look to Byron moving back out there if need be. We have a lot of good corners. We have, worst cases, Anthony Brown's now the slot. Or Duke Thomas or Marquez White or Charvarius Ward. One of these guys is going to be, the third and fourth guys moving in that spot. So Jordan Lewis had to be either starter with Awuzie, which was happening last year, and it wasn't that bad. So, if there is a need to move something back there, so, you have Marquestian Huff possibly a Cameron Kelly. We got to see if he makes the team, if he's fast enough to play at that free safety spot. But, worst case scenario, we do have Byron Jones. We also have Chidobe Awuzie. So we have two guys that can definitely go back there and play, even though they're starting corners currently. So keep that in mind for our depth at the defensive backfield. So,
here, let me catch up with a few more comments here. Mr. Rice said the Rams made the right moves, though, through, and Denver did win it that way. So, Pedro Melendez said, no more offensive-minded Romo days, weak secondary. We have some solid linebackers and a better secondary coach.
Yeah.
And then Justin Kroll said, Rams missed signing the most important position. They have no tackle depth.
Offensive line is a little bit weaker than
now, Jay Bake said sleeper wide receivers Lance Lenore, Tavon Austin, Cedric Wilson. Justin Cross said Rams are one injury away, from their O-line.
I say Deontay Thompson is the one. Deontay Thompson is the one that's the sleeper receiver. Nobody talks about Deontay Thompson. But watch for him, guys.
Yeah, no, let me see. Scorpio 76688 said Tavon Austin has been working closely with Dak as well. Yep. So
Tavon Austin's got plans with him. So does Lance Lenore, Beasley, even T. Will. I mean, the whole receiving core, guys. Deontay Thompson. They're all gonna gather and get back with Dak. They've made plans after the little vacations here that they're doing right now, which we're gonna talk about right now.
To meet up with Dak and work with. Yeah. So let me see. Incognito said, "Oh Lord, no more Earl Thomas phone home rumors." Diego Mesa said, I think our secondary will rock us here and create lots of turnovers. Under Richard, I think so. I agree. And Jay Bake said, I want E.T., but he's expensive. If I was Jerry, I'd get him for sure. Cowboys Abroad said, Earl Thomas and X Woods are our starters at safety. At least I wish. Mr. Rice said, the Rams were great on offense and got so much better on defense. So, yep. And again, guys, so let's go ahead and finish up with some news, and then we'll go back and catch up with your comments. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us here, guys. Again, keep it up in the chat. I'll be right there with you guys. So, baby, go ahead and
definitely gotta
finish up with the news.
Yeah, if you saw in the chat there, you saw some of the celebration for 4th of July here from our Dallas Cowboys. You see how we're celebrating here, basically. Well, basically, we have our window open, guys. It's just crazy fireworks all over the place. It's hard to see in the screen, so we kind of close up the drapes. We want to give you a different look on this 4th of July special here. But the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, a lot of these guys spent it different ways, but let's talk about how Connor Williams did it, guys. He's in my little thumbnail I little constructed here, him shooting off fireworks in his backyard, feeling patriotic, as you can see.
That's a little too much
interesting
for me.
Interesting little shots fired there. So, anyways, happy 4th of July. Connor Williams there celebrating.
No news is good news.
Exactly. That's the first step. But here's some good news. Here's some news, and it's good news for our Cowboys, guys. Allen Hurns, Anthony Brown, Chidobe Awuzie, Kevon Frazier, Byron Jones, and Lance Lenore all spent part of the 4th of July getting ready for football together. No joke, guys. They all were working out. They all were busting their butts out there on 4th of July. That's crazy. And a lot of workout videos from all these guys, especially Lance Lenore, but they've all been working out. Kevon Frazier, Awuzie was doing a backward flip. You know, they were really working out, doing a lot of mobile stuff. I love it. I love seeing these guys in the news for the good reasons, for the reasons you don't hear about. Like some of you guys said, you know, no news is good news, like Cowboys Abroad said. Dak was, as you can see, and you saw in our thumbnail, he was hanging out with Shaq, guys. Dak is over there chilling with Shaq at a party. You know, Shaq's pretty low-key for the most part. He's not really a crazy party guy. So Shaq is also a proud Dallas Cowboys fan. So hanging out with he's been hanging out with Tyron Smith the other day. He dwarfed. Tyron Smith looked like a little kid compared to next to Shaq. So again, Dak looks in better shape, they're saying here, than Shaq is. But you know, Shaq's also like double his age. So. You know, but you know, Shaq is, of course, doesn't dwarf him as bad as I thought he would dwarf him. And there's a picture of
I think it shows Dak's a big guy. He's a tough guy. He can, you know, just definitely different. Yeah.
And you can see Malik Collins, guys. He's still wearing the boot on his foot. I think he's in Punta Cana in Dominican Republic or somewhere. But he's got a boot on. He says, "Don't let this boot fool you." And he's got a picture of someone in a wheelchair, kind of like getting out or trying to roll faster. But the point is, he's stating that he's ready to come back. I don't know. He's definitely looking big. So hopefully he's ready to roll.
Shout out to Dan Day. Thank you. Happy 4th to you as well.
Yes, thank you.
Let me see. I want to make sure I catch up. Let me see. Scorpio 76688 said what's really killing Dallas was the penalties. They really need to be close to perfect as they can get. So and guys,
details.
When you look at it, and I'll have to go back maybe and take actual note to see how many penalties by how many players. But just Jason Witten.
Yeah, he had a lot. So Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith.
They stuck out more because they shouldn't ever have
because they usually don't.
Right.
But the reason they stick out as well is because they did have quite a bit, and that's not even counting the guys that just absolutely blew it. Like, you know, Chaz Green. I know Byron Jones. Yeah, Byron Bell. Byron Jones got one or two in some critical moments. Byron Jones. Yeah, that even though I disagree with the penalty.
Cornerback.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying. Like I know we disagreed on them, but they still there are still moments that are really close. The one I will say that really upset me, there was one towards the end of the year, I know, against Jordan Lewis. I don't remember exactly which game it was. I just remember that it was total crap. So anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley, guys, from the Falcons officially signed his contract. Again, less than like 25 guys left to sign in the NFL right now, I think, or more or less, as far as guys that are rookies and under contract in some way. Calvin Ridley has agreed to terms with the Falcons. Just wanted to give you that kind of NFL information. Also, Rob Gronkowski was at the Star with Willie McGinnis as well, with Zeke for that opening. As we discussed yesterday, Zeke was there. He was there as a kid. He played there as a child in this tournament here, which is usually showcases the best high school and lesser kids, I guess, young kids. Rob Gronkowski was there today working out with these high school players. Willie McGinnis was there interviewing him, and just wanted to let you know that, there's a lot of news always going on in Big D with the Cowboys. Even if it's not exactly even involving the Cowboys, it's still involving this star behind us right now. It's all over the NFL. It's all over football news. It's all over everything. So we got to talk about it. Again, we spoke about a lot of other stuff. I thought that a very interesting article, very interesting breakdown about Dak and Scott Linehan's third year together. Why you don't expect those numbers that you saw with Culpepper or with Stafford. Don't expect those numbers because there's a different kind of system. And Linehan, even though he wants it his way, he knows. I'm hopeful at this point that he knows he's got to run what's more Dak, more of Dak's strengths. I hate saying Dak friendly, but more to Dak's strengths than to Linehan's wants. And that's what hurt us last year, I think, the most. So,
not really secret sources, just a lot of sources. That's one. That's one thing that we have. Just in general, he just wanted to know where we got all our pictures from, I said, it's not a secret source or anything. It's just, like I said, just a lot of sources. So between, social media and official news outlets and all that stuff, we just do, our best to find as much of this information, credible information that can be verified, things that we can rely upon being true, and kind of put it all together here in this way because we, again, we're just crazy about everything to do with our Cowboys. So there we go. Sure. Yeah, let me see. I want to catch up with another quick comment here. J-Bake said our lack of depth in O-line is what caused our downfall.
But now we have it.
Yeah, as well as Zeke being suspended.
But now we have Zeke full time, right? And now we have Zeke full time. We have an offensive line that has not only a new and improved offensive line, I believe, even better than we had for the future. Connor Williams, Collins set in place, another year under his belt at the right tackle. And you have Connor Williams playing that guard situation where he's got to get a little more accustomed to it, but he's almost ready to roll with it. So you got great. Well, you can see it behind us, guys. There you go. You can see it. Yeah.
Kenneth, thank you for joining us here as well. Happy 4th to you and yours. And to everyone out there, happy 4th of July.
Yes, happy 4th of July.
So you guys saw some of the fireworks.
I just saw right behind me over here, guys. Good. That's cool. I hope you guys got to see it. You can probably see it there. See it on the replay. Nice. You can see it on top. But or maybe it already passed. Anyways, there it is. It lit up the whole sky. There you go. So it's still going up behind us there.
Yeah, you still see it flashing.
So guys, happy 4th of July. We hope you guys are enjoying it. Right here on the East Coast, it's running down to 10 minutes to go before the day is over. And we're going about for almost an hour on this stream. That's all the news that we have. We just want to talk with you guys for 10 more minutes and then wrap it up, guys. So while these fireworks are going off behind us and celebrating the end of the day, wrapping it up, we hope you guys had a safe 4th of July, a happy 4th of July with friends, family, whatever you guys are doing, whether you were working or not. I know fiance worked half a day today and still a pain in the butt. Whatever you guys are doing out there, thank you. And we appreciate the service to all the servicemen and women out there, service country, 4th of July for the freedom of this country and all that. That's great that today is the birth of the country, basically. It hasn't been perfected. It was much more perfected in 1865, July 19th. June 19th, 1865 was much more perfected as a true more equality for all. But, 1776, July 4th, that's the birth of this nation. So birth of America. So we got to celebrate it. And it's a great day. So thank you all, guys. Happy 4th of July. And we hope you guys are having a great one as well with your friends and family and loved ones.
Here, let me catch up with a few more comments. Let me see. Anthony Smith, and that's why we think MCF is great. No, thank you, Anthony. And the Incognito said that's a lot of work scouring Twitter, Instagram. I'm too damn lazy. So, don't worry about it, man. Again, that's why we do it here for you.
We try to do a wrap-up of all the news, guys, like fiance said earlier.
So Jay Bake said, if you had to bet on Earl Thomas coming to Dallas, what would you bet on him coming or staying?
That's a great question because it really depends on what do you think, baby?
I say he does not come to Dallas. I just don't. That's it. If we want him to come to Dallas, we would have gotten him already. I don't know what to say.
Here's the thing, though. I believe that because the
Cowboys. The longer it goes, the cheaper we get him.
That's the thing is I think the Cowboys right now have all the cards in this. There's no real need. I mean, Chris Ricciardo's not saying go get him. He actually said specifically, doesn't matter if we get him or not. He's good to roll with him. He'll work with it, and without him, he'll work with it. So he's not really worried about it either way. He's not barking for a guy there. He looks like Xavier Woods is the guy. So the Cowboys look happy there. But we know the Cowboys want it again, and we know the Cowboys have inquired and made moves. They were going to trade that 50th pick to get Earl Thomas if Connor Williams was not there. So that was almost a done deal to get Earl. So the Cowboys are willing to make that move. They're not. I'm just saying they're willing to make that move.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of a second round, maybe get a third round for, maybe another thing I think we've been saying here is that what the Cowboys might do is just wait till next year in the free agency and let Earl Thomas make his own choice. Okay. The Cowboys might have the money to pay him, depending on what happens with Dak and other things. So, that's an interesting situation that's going to develop as well. If they cannot get him, the Cowboys will not get him if it's not going to be a long-term 3 or 4 year extension in place already with the Cowboys. So if it's a 1 year deal, it's just continuing this deal for $8 million, $8.5 million. Cowboys are not going to do it. Not going to do it.
I agree. Now, Ron Smith wants to know, do you believe Zeke will be playing this season with a chip on his shoulder? Because honestly, I believe that he will be. So,
yes, I agree.
Not just a chip on his shoulder. I think the whole team feels a little bit, slighted. Jilted, a little bit slighted, exactly. And I think Zeke's obviously a big part of that. I think Zeke's obviously the one with the most to prove, a lot to prove. Obviously our schemes last year, I think, is part of that as well, because not only was it that he was forced to go through that situation, but the fact that he wasn't used as much as he could have been because of that, partially because the Cowboys had to plan so many times to play without him. They couldn't just deviate from that plan last minute because he last minute got to play. So, I guess I understand it in a general sense, but just having him back full-time solidly, no wishy-washiness, it's going to be great for the Cowboys. So let me catch up with a few more comments here. Let me see. Kenneth, thank you for being here, for joining us here. Justin Kroll said, if not for Connor Williams falling, E.T. would be on the team right now.
That's what we said. The 50th pick was going to be traded to Seattle, but Connor Williams is there.
No, here's the thing. Would you rather have Connor Williams or Earl Thomas?
Connor Williams.
I think Connor Williams, because at the end of the day, I'd rather have a guy who's not just for right now, but for the future, long term, than a guy who's going to be a lot for right now.
That's what I'm saying is that the Cowboys, I'm not saying that we would suggest this, but the Cowboys are going to, if they were thinking about giving a second round pick, and right now things are still up in the air, they will do a third round pick in 2019 probably for an Earl Thomas. And before they do the deal, they would say they talk to if Seattle says we're in on that, we will do it. The Cowboys will then say, okay, we'll give up our third round pick for Earl Thomas, but we have to have this deal worked out with his agent first. Have it a sign and trade kind of situation. Then you might see the Cowboys seriously taking that deal. I believe that's when you see the real Earl Thomas talk starting up. The Cowboys want him. It's not a secret. We know we've made moves for him. No. We were thinking about taking it for a first-round pick. We were thinking about doing it definitely for the second-round pick. A third in 2019 might be on the table if we can get him locked up for 4 years. 3 years extended from now, so a 4-year deal total. I could see Jerry Jones trying to pull the trigger on that, making a big splash, and it will automatically bump us up to a much more elite expectation on defense.
Yes.
We have a really good defense now with Chris Richard back there, and the teamwork there would be. Again, we talked about how great that would be, but I don't want to talk about pipe dreams right now because I still believe it's still far away. It's like a 5%, 10% chance of that happening. I don't want to spend too much time on Earl Thomas coming here. Well, we got Xavier Woods.
Richard Limkin said, will the defensive line draw normal holding penalties this year like every other team, or does the Goodell grudge continue?
And that's, again, I don't want to go through the 3 losses we had with Atlanta, with Philadelphia, and with San Diego. There were so many holding. I watched that video a million times. There's so many holding calls that they did not call on the offensive lines, opposing offensive lines, against DeMarcus Lawrence, David Irving multiple times.
I mean, they threw Beasley, and it's just like, who cares?
It just was crazy, man. They did not call any flags on the offensive line against our defense. And it was like about 15 to 20 missed flags easily in 3 games. All 3 games that we were in at halftime without Zeke, without Tyron Smith, with Chaz Green and Byron Bell. Just think about those names. And we're still in all those games against Philly, against the Chargers who were coming back, fighting for the playoffs, and of course the Falcons, which is eventually the team that basically knocked us out of the playoffs.
So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and read your final comments here before we wrap it up here at MCF. Jay Frumdy said, I'm not sure if anyone looks at other teams, but have you noticed the emphasis on off-season conditioning?
Yes. Yeah, a bit, and I'm glad the Cowboys seem to be doing that as well.
Because again, to me, it feels and this is just me, my general thoughts, but it's easier to have players maintain somewhat of a level here than it is for them to kind of yo-yo back and forth in the sense of being super fit and super ultra healthy and then swinging all the way to the other side. You know, like, again, they want to see guys who are putting in the effort, not just during the regular season, because football is a different, you know, being a professional athlete isn't just a 9-to-5 job. It's not just a job you can clock out of, because it has a lot to do with your mental, you know, and physical health. So, you know, mentally you always have to be on. Physically, you always have to keep yourself, you know, at an elite level. So, and that requires a lot of hard work and discipline. So teams encouraging that means less injuries, more playing, less crappy excuses from other teams when they lose to us. So, you know. Anyway, Connor Williams traded to Denver for Paxton Lynch and a 5th-round pick. Hell no. I would never do that, Cowboys abroad. Cowtown Tech said, last time we thought a late rounder would step up, it was Anthony Brown with the sophomore slump. But, you know, let's see what happens. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and give him the fact that, you know, he has some different coaches there, hopefully putting him to better use.
The early word on him right now is that he's looking good as a slot corner. I think he'll eventually be the dime corner. But I do think, you know, he will be that guy that will be in there when we use the 4 cornerbacks in, you know, schemes or formations. And I think he'll be blitzing the quarterback a little bit more than people think. He's looked out there against Dak doing that to him. So we'll see what happens. But look for him to be used a little bit differently this year, like you said, with Chris Richard.
And Kenneth Lott said David Irving, if he gets 8 or more sacks, will get a contract. That I'm not 100% sure on.
8?
Just because, he – not saying 8 isn't enough. Just saying that he has other issues. I'm still not sure what the Cowboys will do with him. I mean, like you said, they might franchise tag him and then trade him or something. Who knows?
That won't happen.
Let me see. Caballero1152 said, do you think we'll use more trick plays this year? So
I hope not.
I think that, you know, if we do something like we did last year, I think we used trick plays last year a little bit more effectively. Like, for example, how big Chris Jones. You know, I know they left it up to him, but the point is that they chose it to do it in good moments and critical moments, and they left those trick plays up to guys that could actually get the job done. The dependable 100% guys, a guy like Chris Jones, you know, like use a guy like Zeke in there on a trick play. Like, or if you're going to use a guy like Tavon Austin or someone else, you know, practice that crap until it is perfect, because a trick play, you only get one shot, one chance, that's it, and not just like in one game, like the whole season. So if you're, you know, to me it's just about execution. I think this past year we executed our trick plays a little better. Hopefully we keep doing that, but like you said, baby, I don't want to see us get cute. I don't want to get cute.
Let's just run the ball, get that first down, you know, get those, churn the clock, keep it running. And just waste the time, control the game, make it easier for our defense, harder for their defense, make them on offense being more one-dimensional, helps our defense as well, plus resting them. You put those things together, guys, that's a win right there. That's a 13-3, 14-2 type season. I think we can put together if we follow that blueprint.
I agree.
Is it me, or is it just – I know it's not as easy as just saying it, but –
no, but I think it's about sticking to what works, and not just what works, but what works with our Cowboys, works with the players we have, the scheme we have, the coaches we have.
Well, I'm hoping this will put together, because we saw last year it didn't work too well, even when they were all in there. And I won't put it all on Dak. I'd say it's more this scheme, but it's also on Dak. It's also on Dez. It's on the offensive line. It's on a lot of these people, you know, and defense too. And Marinelli and the defensive side of the defensive coaches as well, who basically cleaned house, you know. So I do think that, you know, we have improved multiple different positions, whether by position coaches or by players. We've improved in many different ways. I don't want to say just on pure talent or pure coaching.
Just in different levels and different ways,
to
even
fit
just
our
from
scheme,
little ways,
you know, like when you get a receivers coach like Sanjay Lal, who's not really, let's say he's not like your supreme receiver coach maybe out there, but when it comes to route running, he's the number one guy. Why did we get him for our team? He fits perfectly to what we're trying to do. We're trying to get routes run more perfectly, more precise, more detailed. Some of you guys said it's about details.
So Dak knows that he's going to throw it there. That guy's going to be there every time.
You create separation with the defender when you run better routes. And you have a lot of quick guys. Look at the guys we got. Tavon Austin, Deontay Thompson. Both guys run 4.3. All right, in the 4.3 range. We got, you know, the slowest guys run 4.5. Hearns and that's crazy. So again, Noah Brown, in the 40-yard dash. So to me, we have a team full of speed. If we run perfect routes, or as routes as good as possible with Lance Lenore, he's really good at doing that. We can maximize his potential as well. Maybe you'll see him making the team more than just a practice squad guy. So
I guess we'll see.
These guys and these coaches at different positions have fit our team better, I think. Now, the Hrushard match might not be as good. We don't have as many big, lanky defensive backs that we would want, like they have in Seattle, that he had in Seattle. But I think he's gonna make it work with what he's got. And they got a little feisty, good, coverage type young defensive backs in Dallas. And I think that it's gonna work. It may take a year, it may take half a year, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So, and with that said, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up our stream for the night, guys. Before we leave and before you guys head out, make sure to hit the like button. It's one of the best ways you guys can help support us here in My Cowboys family. Subscribe if you're new and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when we're live. We're here every day bringing you guys the update on our Dallas Cowboys. And follow us on Twitter as well at My Cowboys family. Sub it up to the whole crew. That's Space Cowboys 17, Dallas Cowboy Football News, 5th Quarter Cowboys, DJ Crown J, and Dallas Cowboy Fan 1980. Woo-hoo. Big extra special shout out to our donation weekly winner from last week, John Jones. Extra special shout out to Ron Smith, our current stream boss and weekly donation winner. And guys, go check out Buy Art Fashion. So I'm rocking my own art fashion right here, guys. Comfortable, affordable, beautiful fashion for the lady in your life. So I'm going to go ahead and do the shout out. So this is your time right now. And My guys, Cowboys family, drop your name down in the chat. And yes,
happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. Thank you so much to all of the service members who are serving, have served, who are serving in the future. Thank you. Because of you guys, the United States is what it is right now.
Salute.
And here we go, guys. So shout outs. Cowtown Tex, Justin Crowles, Cowboys Abroad, Kenneth Lott, J Farm D Incognito, J Bakes, D Will, James Soros, Caballero 1152, thank you for joining us here tonight. Cowtown, Texas, thank you for joining us.
The whole crew is in the house, guys.
We see Pedro Melendez, thank you for joining us here as well.
Pedro, thank you, bro. Broken Nerd, thank
Scorpio
you as well.
76688.
Scorpio, yes. Was that Scorpio?
Scorpio, yeah.
He's in the house.
Let me see. Richard Lampkin, thank you for joining us here as well.
Sir.
And that's as far back as... Oh, Dan Day, thank you for joining us here.
Ronan
and
back.
Yep, that's as far back as it lets me go.
Dan Day, yeah,
Ronan the Voice, happy 4th to you and yours as well. Thank you for joining us here.
Lott was in the house.
Let me see. So what... Yes, it's the 5th for you, Cowboys Abroad, because I forgot you are in the future.
Yeah, that's right.
Just kidding.
You got John Jones, you got Kenneth Lott.
Let me see. What's the bet? Let me see. Justin
Ron
Quarles.
Smith.
Wait. Shush.
Sorry.
Justin Quarles is making bets.
We rocking in between.
I'll bet you. He said, if I lose, I pay up. I'm a man of integrity and I can afford it. What's the proposal? 9 games are better for me. Next time we see each other, buddy, we'll come up with a bet. So there we go. So Justin Quarles, I don't know what it is, but he's making bets.
9 games.
So no, and guys, thank you guys for joining us every night, for being here every night, for supporting MCF in all the ways that you do. Again, by liking, hitting the subscribe button, leaving comments in the chat, chatting it up here, notification bell, sharing the stream with your friends, sharing the streams with all the Cowboy fans out there, and of course, the people who do help support MCF. Guys, we have some great updates, some great stuff coming soon. Again, we were waiting for around this time to really make the changes. Thankfully, the stuff is on its way. We're going to get everything set up. And, and I don't want to say do a big unveiling, but once everything is 100%, everything's in place, guys, you're going to be seeing, hopefully, a new and improved MCF here as well. Ready to go for training camp. Ready to go for these preseason games. Getting ready for the live season, guys.
2018, baby. Bring it on.
Yes, Barbara Long in the chat. Thank you for joining us here. Ron Smith, what's up? Justin Quarles. Just want to make sure I know I said most of you guys are ready. Incognito, thank you. Yes, Barbara Long said you have new receivers being specifically trained for the system with Dak.
Yes.
Zeke will be catching more passes as they're trying to preserve Zeke's running game, and the defense is a question. So, guys, that's why you want to stick around with us.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss all the news and updates and our thoughts as well. Thank you so much for joining us here, guys, here at My Cowboys family.
Yes,
Baby, any final thoughts? I mean,
just finishing with that right there. And I see James Sorrells and Caballero 1152.
You guys know why we do
Cowboys Abroad. Yes, guys. You know what it's all about.
John Jones in the house. Thanks. He said I'm watching Dallas whip the Bill in the Super Bowl,
I
NFL
love
Network.
it.
What's up?
Love it, man. I love it. Yes. I'm going to have to watch some of that
A
later.
little slice of history today on a historic day. So, guys,
Yes.
thank you for joining us here. We're going to go ahead and rock out. Enjoy the rest of your 4th of July. For those of you guys, for us, it's already the 5th. So enjoy the rest of your 4th for those of you guys on the West Coast.